Hi, so I'm back from the last month at the Melbourne Business School studying my senior executive MBA. Lots of wonderful learnings and teachings, and really excited about bringing them back to the ASRC. And it couldn't be a better time to come back. The last couple of weeks have been absolutely crazy. The PNG plan announced by Kevin Rudd, the most illegal and immoral thing we've ever seen when it comes to asylum seekers. I know all of you will be angry to see what is happening. Stay confident and know that it is illegal. And it's illegal for a handful of key reasons. One, our government can't send people back to a country where you're sending people to danger. Unaccompanied children can't be sent to PNG in a country where up to 50% of kids are at risk of sexual trafficking. Gays and lesbians can't be sent to PNG where it carries up to a 14-year jail term. You can't send people to PNG because they don't have a proper refugee processing system to actually fairly assess people's claims under the convention. We can't legally detain people that we have no intention of processing. That in itself is unlawful detention, and that's illegal. So we can't send people to danger. We can't send people to a country that can't process them. We can't hold people in detention for the purpose of just removing them to PNG. And you've got to feel for that country. Here we are, the richest country on earth, sitting there and saying that we can't handle refugees coming by boat. Yet PNG, where 50+%, up to 60% of its people have no sanitation or clean running water, where they rank 168th for life expectancy, where 87% of its people live in poor rural communities, where they're one of the poorest nations on earth, they can't take refugees, but we can. What an appalling misuse of foreign aid. What an appalling extension of the old colonial ways towards the PNG people. They are not to blame. We've also seen the horrors of Manus Island and Nauru. There we are charging these men after housing them, imprisoning them like animals, refusing to process their claims, refusing to hear their claims. In the words of Martin Luther King, the right is the language of the unheard. And that's what we've done to these poor men. And then look at the disgrace of Manus Island. We heard today 50%, 3 out of 6 women that were pregnant on Manus Island Detention Centre have miscarried. Up to 70 sexual assaults, daily self-harm. We know the policies of deterrence fail. We know the policies of punishment fail. We don't have a refugee crisis. The last thing to think about is, in Syria, refugees, 2 million have fled. Jordan and Lebanon between them, 1.2 million between them in the space of 12 months. 1 out of 6 people in Lebanon is a Syrian refugee. That's a refugee crisis. We've had 17,000 come by boat this year, and that's not a crisis. This year alone, 95.4% of Afghans that have come by boat are found to be refugees. So if they're refugees, shouldn't we be talking about how do we depoliticize this issue? How do we create safe pathways? How do we increase our quota? How do we tackle this as a humanitarian issue? And how do we change the conversation? That's what we need to do as a country. Till next week. Thank you, everyone.